welcome back to Dreams of Music and Makeup. I'm Jacqueline. I'm really excited you're here. Thanks for being here. We're talking all about skincare today. This is something that was requested by a couple of you and multiple times, so I figured you were serious. So I'm going to walk you through what I've learned about my skin. First of all, a little disclaimer. In case you don't already know, I am not a dermatologist. I'm not an esthetician. And I cannot tell you what you should be doing for your skin type professionally. I don't have that knowledge. I wish I did. That is just not who I am. I'm more of a makeup girl who has learned to take care of her skin so that she can look all right. I am in my mid-20s. My skin has changed quite a bit, and I'm sure it will continue to. I am combination skin. I have areas that are dry, I have areas that are oily. I might wake up with a pimple every day. You never know. The joy of combination skin, right? I'm also acne prone and somewhat sensitive. Not sensitive to everything, but you know, the moment I think I'm normal, I'll have a blazing reaction to something minuscule. That being said, a lot of people claim to be a sensitive skin type, and I'm gonna tell you the same thing that I would always tell my clients, and that is, if you are sensitive and you don't know what you're sensitive to, I don't either. It's trial and error, just like it is for everybody else, you know? Unless you can go to a dermatologist and track down exactly what it is that irritates your skin, I don't know any better than you do, and we all just have to try and find out. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it helps you. Please don't feel like you have to go out and buy all the things that I have, because that's so not what I'm trying to do. A couple of years ago, I had 5 items in my skincare lineup because that was all I needed, and now my skin is all over the place, so I have a lot more products that reflect that. If it inspires you in any way, or if you have any additional questions or more things you'd like to see, please let me know. I would love to give you what you want, hence why this video is here. Let's talk AM skincare first. I have different lineups for depending on what my skin is actually doing. In the morning, I always go to the mirror first and assess my skin and what's going on before I decide what I'm going to do. That assessment leads me to believe that I am oily or have some acne issues going on. Then I will use a little bit of a stronger cleanser. The cleanser I will choose for my skin first is the Mario Badescu Glycolic Foaming Cleanser. This one, as the name implies, does foam. So if you are dry, this is not the cleanser you're going to want to use. That will strip way too much oil and leave you even drier. But on days when I wake up oily or covered in acne, it's a nice way to kind of neutralize the situation and clean everything up real quick before we move on to our next step. This one I highly recommend. I believe it's between like $12 and $20. Mario Badescu is not a highly expensive brand. It's available at Ulta, though I would not recommend you buying it through Ulta. I would purchase it through the Mario Badescu site. They have really great customer service, they have 2-day shipping, and they always give you free samples with your purchase. In my experience buying things from Ulta Beauty that were Mario Badescu, everything that I have purchased has been expired and rancid. I have complained to Ulta multiple times, and I have spoken to them about why it's happening, because I know why it's happening. My first ever facial was at the Mario Badescu spa in New York City, and that's how I learned about their products. It's how I got started using their products. It was about 4 or 5 years ago, and I learned a lot about their skincare. Mario Badescu does not use preservatives in their products, so for that reason, their shelf life is only about 6 to 12 months. So keep that in mind if you are looking to purchase any of these things. Now, it's not a bad thing. The good thing about that is that it means that there's not any unnecessary chemicals in that skincare. The bad thing about it is that if you leave your skincare exposed to light or heat or anything like that, it's going to age faster and it's going to expire faster. Because Ulta sells everything on lighted shelf displays, these things are rancid before you even take them home because they're sitting baking under a light. Products I've ordered online have had the same issue. So I wouldn't recommend purchasing through them. I would purchase through the site directly. Also, you don't know when things were produced, if they were sent from Mario to Ulta and then sitting around for God knows how long until someone purchases it, because it's not the most popular skincare that they carry. So, just my 2 cents on where you purchase that. If I wake up and my skin is more dry to normal, then my cleanser will always be the Philosophy Purity Made Simple. This is a great cleanser. It's for all skin types. Something that I will remind you, in case this is not something you think about, is always, always, always read the instructions for the skincare that you're using. Because you're not gonna like this cleanser unless you keep it on your skin for 30 to 60 seconds while you're massaging it in. It's not going to do the same thing if you don't do that, because that's how it's designed to be used. I love this cleanser. It is pH balancing. It does not completely strip you of your oils. I have been using this in my skincare routine pretty much morning and night, mixed in with a couple other things here and there, for about 4 years now. Stand behind this. My skin has changed quite a bit and it's still going strong. This is a fairly inexpensive cleanser when you think about how long it actually takes you to get through it. I would recommend trying the travel size of this first. It is available at most stores that carry this size. They'll carry the little travel size. It's a 3-ouncer. I think it's 10 or 11 bucks. That's how I started with Purity, and it took me months to get through that small size. Sometimes Ulta or Sephora will do a special on them and they'll be discounted. That's when I purchase my next one. And like I said, I don't really purchase backups of many things in my skincare, but Purity is something that has not changed for years, so this is the thing that I know I'll use it again. After my cleansing step, I generally acid tone. If you're not acne prone or you're not combination or whatever, you may not need this step. I do. I'm gonna reach for the Nip+Fab Glycolic pads. These, they recommend you only do once daily. I've done it twice daily and it's fine. This is really nice for when I'm breaking out and when I'm oily, because it helps to kind of cut through that and sterilize the whole situation so that we can go on with serums and moisturizers and then makeup ultimately. Highly recommend this. This is fairly inexpensive. I believe it's $11 or $12 depending on where you get it. I got mine on Amazon. For my toner, if I'm more on the dry to normal side in the morning, I'll reach for this Mario Badescu Glycolic Acid Toner. This one I have used for years and it doesn't have the same effect it used to, for me, anymore. That's something that you'll find with skincare too. That's why I don't buy a lot of backups of my skincare, because a lot of times by the time you finish it, it may not be working the same for you as it did at the beginning. For me, this is probably the final purchase of this toner. That's why I use it on my more dry to normal days, since it's not going to be too strong of an acid and make me drier. But this will not neutralize my skin if I'm more on the oily side. It's just not strong enough for that. I believe this runs you about $18 for this size. You can get on the Mario Badescu site the double size that's like the refill one. That's what I had done previously and just refilled this. It's a nice product. It's recommended for dry and sensitive skin types. This is what I like about Mario Badescu. The ingredients in this toner: deionized water, aloe vera, grapefruit, and glycolic acid. That's it. 4 ingredients. 4. I'm just saying, it's an inexpensive skincare brand that produces quality products, and as long as you protect them from light and heat and keep an eye on when you purchase them, you're good. Moving on. After acid toning, for my serum, regardless of whether I am oily or dry, I use a vitamin C serum. The one I'm currently using is by Peter Thomas Roth. This is the Camu serum, their vitamin C brightening serum. This Camu berry that they're referring to on the packaging is something found in Amazon, and it has 30 times the amount of vitamin C as an orange, and the berry is about that big. I did a special training on this line of skincare products and I really enjoy them. I've used the moisturizer before. It's incredibly expensive, but I received it for doing that training and really cried when that was empty. But this serum is awesome. I actually got this in a skincare set that is no longer available. I wish it was. I would buy it again. I got the set of this and one other product for a discounted price, so that was really nice. Vitamin C is something that is called the BLT of skincare, and it's for brightening, lightening, and tightening. So that's what it's going to do for your skin. Vitamin C also can spur collagen production if you are using the right type of vitamin C in your skincare. What this helps to do is fade any acne marks or dark spots, hyperpigmentation, things like that. This helps to kind of balance that out. And I always use a serum morning and night. It just helps you to kind of get the most out of your skincare. A serum is a very, very thin consistency that can penetrate deeper into the levels of your skin than a moisturizer can. That's why I put this on first. Smaller particles, sinks right in, and then you go in with your moisturizer afterwards. I love this serum. There are several vitamin C serums available. I have used a few. I was comparing this one and I believe it was the Drunk Elephant one when I was going to purchase this. They were fairly similar in price. I think the difference was about $10 more for the Drunk Elephant one. How much do you get in there? This one you get almost 2 ounces. The Drunk Elephant one you only get 1. So that made the decision for me. I also like the packaging of this because it protects it from heat and light exposure because it has the pump. If you get a vitamin C serum in a dropper bottle, odds are it's going to go rancid before you can use it all because it's just not a proper way to store vitamin C. Just keep that in mind. If you are going to purchase a vitamin C serum, you do want it to be protected from the air, you want it to be in a pump and not a dropper bottle. I believe this serum is $72. After serum in the morning, then I go in with my eye cream before I do my face moisturizer. Again, I go in order of how large the particles are in the products and that sort of thing. Smallest is going to be the serum. After that is the eye cream. That's why eye cream is separate, if you were ever wondering. The cells here are actually different. They don't have pores. That's why you don't sweat under your eyes. It's most similar to almost the skin on your lips, but they are still different, so you can't just put your chapstick under your eyes. It's just not how it works. But that's why if you ever have used your moisturizer or something like that around your eyes and you just haven't felt like it's worked, that might be why. Or if you're like me and you've developed milia under your eyes from years of using the wrong products there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've used several eye creams. This is the one I'm using at the moment. It's by First Aid Beauty. It's their Eye Duty Triple Remedy AM Gel Cream. This one is more of a gel than a cream. I have had issues with other eye gels interfering with my makeup, but this one does not. So I really like this. It's very light and moisturizing. If you have incredibly dry under eyes, this will not be enough for you. You'll need something more emollient. But because it is a thinner consistency, it makes it beautiful for me for daytime, for wearing under makeup, and still giving me a little bit of hydration. This eye cream is, I believe it's $32. It's one of the less expensive eye creams that you can find at Sephora. First Aid Beauty in general is a really nice skincare brand if you are sensitive, because their line was developed specifically for people with rosacea and things like that. So it's a good brand to kind of look into if you are in that boat. After my eye cream, I go in with moisturizer. Now if I'm extra oily, I'm not gonna do this step. I'm gonna skip it and go straight to SPF because I don't need that extra layer. I'll have makeup and stuff like that. I can still cocktail on top of this. For moisturizer, if I am more dry, I like to use this. This is the Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Detox Bouncy Hydrating Gel. This is a really weird consistency. It's like, I don't know why I haven't opened anything else, but I'm opening this for you. You're welcome. I'm so weird. It has like a memory almost. So it always settles back down flat, but it's like jelly. It's kind of like the Sake Bomb. I don't know. Maybe I have a thing for weird textured moisturizers. It says it's a lightweight hydrator that creates an invisible matte veil. It has cucumber, hyaluronic acid, vitamins A, C, and E. Bouncy Biomesh technology propels hydrating actives. Says it helps to hydrate, detox, nurture, soothe, and calm. It says it's for all skin types. I would not recommend this if you're dry. It's not quite hydrating enough, so I actually cocktail it with one other product that I have, and that is the CoverFX Custom Enhancer Drops in the Radiance version. I believe it's the lemongrass. Yeah, vitamin C and lemongrass. It's the Radiance drops. I'll mix 1 to 2 drops of this with the amount of moisturizer that I'm putting on my face, and that'll help to kind of put some life back into my skin, because if I were to just use this, it would be like I didn't use moisturizer at all, because it does leave a matte finish, which is great for under makeup, but not great on a very dry skin day. This one, I believe, is $48, and the CoverFX, I think it's 30, 35? I can't remember. I'm I'm so sorry. I bought this like 2 years ago. So that's my moisturizing step. Again, I skip that if I'm extra oily, or I'll just use this if I want a little bit of something. Regardless of whether I wear makeup, regardless of whether or not I think I'm leaving my house, I always put on SPF. I really like a few different kinds of SPF. Personally, always like to wear SPF 50. I've been exposed to a lot of harmful sun exposure all my life, so I like to take a little extra and not do SPF 30, I do SPF 50 every day. I'm also very fair in complexion, so that might be part of why I'm so motivated to do that. You don't have to do that, but sooner the better, guys. If you can wear some SPF and protect your skin now, you will be thanking yourself years from now. I promise you. Difference between a couple of these I will describe for you. All of these are SPF 50, but they're all different. This one I have repurchased. This is my second one. This is the NUANCE by Salma Hayek. I believe they sell this at CVS. It's a very lightweight sunscreen. It is runny like water. It's very runny. And it's oil-free, and it says it hydrates, which I would agree. It's actually a little too hydrating if you're oily. This is a chemical sunscreen. There's a couple of different kinds. If you are unfamiliar, I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis. Chemical sunscreens, they sit atop the skin, they absorb all the harmful rays, and they turn them into something else. But they still absorb them. It's still protecting your skin, but it's not just bouncing the rays off. It's processing them and neutralizing them. Now with a physical sunscreen, that's things like zinc, like, you know, when people used to use the white on their nose, that's a physical sunscreen. Physical sunscreens are the ones that will turn your skin ashy, that will make you look like a ghost, that sit on top of the skin and actually reflect back all of those rays so that none of it comes into contact with your skin. Now, most people don't like physical sunscreens because of how much work it is to rub it in, to get it not to be white, to, you know, it's generally thicker. Physical sunscreens are the only sunscreens that will prevent you from getting age spots. Yeah. So your chemical sunscreen is still protecting you from some sun damage, but you still might be covered in sunspots. That doesn't sound ideal. My preference is always to do a physical sunscreen if available. A physical sunscreen that I do really like, that I'm almost out of, is, well, this is a trial size, of the Josie Maran. It's their Argan Daily Moisturizer with SPF 47. Yes, that's very specific, but it is. It's SPF 47. And it says it also has Sun Boost ATB. You don't want to wear that if you're going out for the night and taking flash photography, because that's exactly what causes flashback. I mean, things like that in other products as well. It doesn't have to just be SPF. It could be your foundation, it could be your powder, it could be your concealer. So you gotta do your research. If you're gonna do flash photography, you don't want to be wearing SPF. You don't want to be wearing anything like that. You wanna be wearing something that is HD. Just a little tip. This one is really nice for a physical sunscreen. It is white. It does take some rubbing in, but it smells good. It's Josie Maran, so you know it's cruelty-free, it's natural. She tells you all about it on her site. You can go check it out. It's argan-based skincare products, and this is a pretty hydrating formula, so if you're more on the normal to dry side, you may really enjoy this. It may work for you as a moisturizer and an SPF, which is nice. This NUANCE Salma Hayek one, again, is available at CVS for about $10. This one is a chemical sunscreen. I've also been using this Clarins UV Plus Anti-Pollution Broad Spectrum SPF 50, which is nice. Again, it's a sample size. This one is the non-tinted version. I assume there is a tinted version based on that. And this one, I believe, is both a chemical and a physical SPF, because though there is titanium dioxide, there's also homosalate, octocrylene, and oxybenzone. How it is anti-pollution, I don't really know. I don't know what ingredients claim to do that, but can't hurt, right? Clarins one, I have not seen the full size of it yet, so I don't know what the price is. My guess is somewhere in the $40 to $50 range based on what I know of the brand. That completes this AM skincare routine. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And I really I really want to stress that you don't need all these products. You don't need everything. You don't need to have every step. You don't need to have everything covered. Just pick one place. Pick one place to start. Maybe you add SPF. If you're in your 20s and you haven't started using SPF, it's a good time to start. That's when I started. It's a little late, but better than never. And maybe you're in your 20s or your 30s and you've never thought about eye cream. Now's a great time. You'll be way ahead of the game if you start now. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions or if you enjoyed this video, please let me know. I would love to hear from you. Please leave me a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time for the PM version.